Hello you Dovahkiins, and welcome to the best Skyrim mods of all time. Almost each Skyrim player installed at least few mods to make game better. Someone has a setup of even 100 mods, like your humble. Mods became essential part of a game, especially if you want to have a really beautiful game and interesting playthrough. That's why I always wanted to create such a list of mods that can be called a real artwork. The best of the best in each category: graphics, gameplay, immersion, and so on. It may help you if you're new to modding to create a solid base of modding setup, or just to have some bookmarks if you're an experienced Skyrim player. So take a seat and let's go! But before I will start this list, I just must mention the one mod to rule them all. Yes, the one and only SkyUI. You can just skip 30 seconds and go straight to the list if you already have it. SkyUI is a stylish and convenient interface mod that integrated seamlessly into the game. It allows you to have maximally fast access to any kind of your items and menus with possibility to search, sort and keybind everything in the best way. This is a base mod for any modded game, and let us tell thanks to SkyUI team and give them a kudos. Alternate Start, Live Another Life. Small, but such an amazing mod for roleplay and just don't let your game start be boring. Never again. This mod gives you an amazing wide variety of alternate starts. You will have an opportunity to choose your race and then to choose a new life for your character. Guild member, vampire, Vigilante of Standard, shipwrecked or just an ordinary tavern patron. The choice is yours. One more advantage of skipping default start is that Helgen's Sen is very heavy scripted, so it loads even vanilla game a lot, and if you have a pretty heavy modded setup, your game can crash in Helgen even if you are absolutely stable in the rest of the game. And for those who still like vanilla start more, you can always choose Helgen start option. Audio Overhaul for Skyrim 2. This is the most complete audio overhauls ever made. It has redesigned thousands of sounds to make your sound part of your game more immersive, impactful and fun. Ambience, weapons, magic, movement, reverb system, sound propagation, creatures, and it's not the full list. AOS 2 makes your sound experience absolutely realistic. If the sounds, for example, should make an echo, it will make it. Sounds of moving on wood and then on the stone floor will differ. All sounds level now depends on distance, location and the other sounds too. If you like to play in headphones or just like the quality of sound, this mod is definitely for you. Apocalypse, Magic of Skyrim. The most functional and definitely the best spell-packed mod. Apocalypse adds 155 new and mostly absolutely unique spells to Skyrim. Spells are integrated seamlessly into the game, pretty good balanced and looks just gorgeous. The most awesome thing is that spell variety is so big and useful that you can fully use it not only for mages, but for any classes. Battle Mage or Paladin, Assassin or pure Bard character, you will find useful spells for any character build and gameplay style. Apocalypse adds not only combat spells, it also adds dozens of utility spells that will make your life more comfortable. You can summon breach or chair, loot all the bodies around you in one click, protect yourself from the fall damage, or even control the weather. Apocalypse is more than just a spell pack mod. It is a complete roleplay add-on that will make you look on magic in Skyrim from many different points. Climates of Tamriel. Climates of Tamriel is the most well-known weather mod, and I must say it is absolutely deserved. It is a complete weather overhaul for Skyrim, but at the same time it keeps the immersive feeling and lore-friendly looking. That's why, even after more than 4 years after release, it is still the most popular weather mod. There are a lot of other and really amazing weather mods, but if you don't want to face some things like oversaturation, not lore-friendly atmosphere and so on, choose Climates of Tamriel. It also supports official DLCs, gives you options for night darkness levels, has options for customizing lighting and overall atmosphere in dungeons and other interiors, and also has so-called Winter Edition to make your Skyrim even more like truly North's Kingdom. Deadly Dragons. Have you ever thought that Dragon, the main antagonist character in game, can be easily killed by a couple of bandits? Or by only one giant, for example? No, don't get me wrong. I give respect to founders of Nordic space program, but sometimes you just don't feel that dragons are really dragons. This mod fixes that. But not only makes dragons stronger, it also adds many new dragon types, give them new powerful abilities and implement awesome assault system. But the best advantage of Deadly Dragons is that you have 100% control of it. You can set dragon's health, resistance and damage to that level you want. You can turn on and off special abilities, change assault timer or just disable it, turn off or turn on safe zones and protect important NPCs from being killed. Mod also gives a solution to one of the most wired issues, Dragon Souls. Remember, at high levels you always have all shards learned and dozens of unspent Dragon Souls. With this mod you can trade Dragon Souls for additional perk points, change the weight of dragon loot and even turn on and off amazing weather effects when fighting a dragon. Enhanced lights and effects, or just ELFX. ELFX is just a huge and amazing lighting mod which main goal is to make Skyrim look more dramatic and realistic by tweaking thousands of light sources, removing lights without sources and adding many new light sources to the game. Mod also adds numerous amount of smokes, volumic lights and endless amount of such barely noticeable things that create an amazing atmosphere and overall. Mod covers all the exteriors and interiors, provides additional features like weathers, sound meshes overhaul and many other options. And of course, you can choose any option you like to fit your personal taste or just a mod setup. From that moment you have installed ELFX, you are completely sure that every light source is placed exactly where it should be. Moreover, due to its popularity, really big amount of EMB presets are tweaked to be used with it. Ordinator, perks of Skyrim. One of the key things that makes you want to play the game again and again is how much powerful, interesting and fun skills and talents build you can go for your character, as well as amount of such builds. This one of Skyrim's biggest problems of all time, as despite it has a pretty big amount of perks, the actual amount of interesting and reliable builds was not so high. Moreover, many perks from similar perk trees, for example like light and heavy armor, were also very similar, so especially at high levels, you saw just zero difference between two seemingly different builds. Ordinator solved that problem and gives you much more than you can even imagine in Skyrim. Besides, it has more than 400 perks, so almost like double amount compared to vanilla perk system. It is also so detailed and reliable that literally each perk tree, even perk trees like Smitten or Restoration, can become fully working character builds with huge potential. Ordinator gives you not only the perks, it also gives you the real opportunity to roleplay your character and as a result to have just an aesthetic pleasure of playing your character. In addition, it is almost perfectly balanced, it's constantly updated each few weeks, and it is just amazingly lightweight and compatible with many other mods, comparing to other perk overhauls. Just try it, and it will become your partner for many Skyrim playthroughs. Expanded towns and cities. This one is an absolute masterpiece among all other town overhauls. ITAG is making aesthetic and absolutely immersive changes to Skyrim towns. It fits the overall town design so good that you would never think it is done not by original game developers. It adds many new objects, homes, markets and stores, stables and NPCs, and much more little things. It also adds many NPCs AI packages, so all new NPCs will look absolutely lively. Places covered by ITAG: Dunstar, Darkwater Crossing, Dragonbridge, Polkreed, Karforsten, Kynesgrove, Morfall, Riverwood, Rorikstead. Yeah, home of the most remembered horse stealer in Skyrim is not forgotten. Also the Shorestone, Winterhold, Stonehills. It also affects Solstheim, Orc Strongholds, and adds a market outside the Whiterun. Expanded towns and cities is not just a town mod, it is a huge addition to game immersion. Wanted some amazing new lands and quest mods? Here we go with Falskaar. It is a huge new land mod and it is obviously the greatest. It adds new land independent of Tamriel and it has a size of like 3 Skyrim whole. 26 new quests with fully voiced by 30 different people. An interesting main questline will give you at least 25 hours of gameplay, but if you will fully explore the land, and trust me you will, you can spend much more there. It also adds many new weapons, armors, spells and books with atmospheric stories inside. In addition to great story and beautiful world, Falskaar offers you 14 absolutely brilliant custom soundtracks that will put you into Falskaar world even more. If you want to have big and interesting adventure outside of Skyrim, don't even think, download it and enjoy. When it comes to immersion, there is no doubt of installing Frostfall. I actually list both Frostfall and Campfire, as Frostfall requires Campfire and they both do the same thing: level up realism and survival experience to maximum. Ever ask yourself how you can walk in cold mountains under the snow and storms in a glass armor? Or maybe even half naked? Answer is here. With Frostfall, your character will react on cold, water, storms and so on. You can, and you will need, to protect yourself from bad weather harassment by wearing warm clothes, heating yourself near a campfire that you can build, and harvest wood to fire it. With Frostfall, you will have a real feeling of being in Skyrim, and it's just amazing. Campfire, the required and supported mod, allows you to build campfire and tents to protect yourself or just have a good sleep, and it even have special perk trees that will help you to survive better and easier. Another big advantage of these mods is that they are both fully customizable, so you don't need to worry about death from freezing if you're new to survival in games. You can just adjust difficulty level to your own taste. There are a lot of great armor mods, but there is a mod that was born as a result of just titanic efforts. Immersive Armors adds 55 new armor sets into the game without breaking a realism, and that armor are integrated seamlessly into the world. You can find them on enemies' bodies, craft at forge, and of course better armor will appear at higher levels. Mod also adds hundreds of new shields, capes, earrings, eye patches, hats, scarves and much more. You can also customize it in wide MCM menu. If you want to forget about boring variety of your character outfit of your followers and other NPCs too, download it for sure. Immersive Patrols. This mod is lightweight and simple, but it doesn't prevent it from being one of the most immersive mods ever. It adds fully functional, scheduled patrols of almost every major faction in all corners of Skyrim. Forget about boring travels. You can see battles between Imperials and Bandits, Talmors and Stormcloaks, Ricklings and Redorang guards, and so on. You will also meet merchants, travelers, and even have a chance to see massive battles for forts. Looking simple and small, those additions make Skyrim much more alive and interesting to explore. Interesting NPCs. In my opinion, this masterpiece mod should be called Amazingly Interesting NPCs with fantastic backstories that will make you explore Skyrim once again. This mod adds more than 250 new NPCs, and each of them is fully voiced with unique dialogues and commentaries, has interesting backstory and, in the most of cases, own quests. There are also a lot of new followers and manageable NPCs. You will find new friends and just the people to have a talk with in different corners of Skyrim, and each time this will be a nice surprise for you. So if you are not afraid of downloading maybe the biggest mod ever, about 2 GB, do it right now.
Sung a song about a storm. His voice was hard and cruel.
Gems, potions, exotic ingredients, I have them all.
How can I argue with that?
Make love like a saber cat, or crush your enemies to dust like a giant.
Right after previous mod, I would like to mention another one named Inconsequential NPCs. If interesting NPCs is all about NPCs themselves, their stories and interesting dialogues, this mod is all about of making Skyrim much more lively by placing different types of NPCs everywhere. They are placed really attentively, each one is exactly where it should be and doing what it should do. Devil in details. They don't have rich backstories, but just their existence and variety makes your game many times more alive. Just listen to the list to understand how much work were done here. With this mod you will see carriage guards, skooma dealers, urchins, royal cart NPCs, bodyguards, skooma addicts, college students, souls and ghosts, patrons, workers, Talmor agents, and even kings for many other NPCs. Another great thing is that this mod is completely standalone, so you can use it alongside with interesting NPCs or any other population mod.
What's next? Mr. Dragonfly says he would rather travel with me. It is not personal. He and I go way back. I see you found INIGO the Brave. It's just a little thing I've been working on. It is probably rubbish.
Many of us always
Hand
thought
it
that
over,
followers
and if we're
is just
relaxing
the
somewhere
persons
safe,
who
I'll
take
read
the
it to
first
you if
hit
you
in
want.
battles and always prevents you to leave the room. Meet INIGO, smart, brave and just criminally fun follower who will break all your imaginations about that part of a game. INIGO is a Khajiit follower with thousands of lines of unique dialogues. He levels alongside you, he avoids the traps, he is whispering while sneaking. INIGO always has something to say, advise you or just to say a nice joke. Forget about sworn to carry your burdens. INIGO is absolute another level. He will even interact with other NPCs and your followers, and sometimes he can even troll them a bit. He fights for you, sings, and your morality is his morality. With INIGO, you will look at all your adventures, even the smallest quest, from absolute another angle. If you like to play with followers, grab him ASAP. If no, grab him anyway, and he will become your best friend for hundreds of gameplay hours.
Yes, my friend. This place smells of coin and good taste. Jarl is going to... It reminds me a little of Citadel here. A thin veneer of civility, barely masking the dirty doings beneath. It is nice looking, though.
Remember that scene? When you became high level, your character becomes a Terminator that one-shot everything. That's a common Skyrim problem. Static level of enemies and really bad AI. The next mod, Revenge of the Enemies, is the key thing you need to make your game interesting in meaning of fighting your enemies. This mod scales most of the enemies with your level, gives them much smarter AI and cooperation tactics. Its best feature is that now each enemy type will have his unique skills. Vampires become bats, Dragon Lords use powerful shards, Vemmer automatons became a real mechanic creations, and so on. Also, it will breathe a new life in the one of the most interesting parts of the game, the boss fights, because now each boss is reworked and has new skills, tactics and better AI, so you can explore boss fights again and find many amazing challenges. If you are tired of boring fights and want to gain new awesome experience, this mod is definitely for you. OBIS – Organized Bandits in Skyrim. Bandits are the most common enemy in Skyrim and, at the same time, one of the most poor developed. Variety of bandits was low, their level was static and absolutely not challenging for high-level players, fighting style was boring and... have you ever seen at least one bandit raid? And here OBIS saves the day. It adds 57 new bandits type at different levels and more than 2000 bandits in total over all Skyrim. Mod also improves bandits AI, cooperation tactics, their spawn system, add bandit raids on towns, so guards can finally have their salary for not just tokens, some bandit bosses also. Regular bandits are now named according to their classes, they have different armors and other stuff. OBIS even offers you a bandit gang's lore. You can find so-called Book of Bandits on bandit corpses, where you can read about story, strengths and weaknesses of each gang. OBIS is a great mod for making your regular experience much less boring and much more interesting and fun. After I talked a bit about bandits, I just must include one more mod for the rest of enemy creatures in Skyrim. Meet Skyrim Immersive Creatures. It adds dozens of new, low-friendly creature types to Skyrim. Mod touches absolutely all enemies, from weakest and smallest to biggest and hardest. You will see new types of vanilla enemies as well as dozens absolutely new creatures from Elder Scrolls lore. You can meet Dwemer mechanical dragons, goblins, new types of bandits, elementals, werewolves and undead. Mod also offers wide spawn system for each enemy type that you can configure via MCM menu. You can also set the difficulty level on mod added creatures in overall as well as strength of more powerful creatures. This mod not just adds enemies, it makes it in absolutely immersive way and greatly improves your gameplay, making it more interesting and fun. In the end, to answer possible questions like why this and not that mod, when I was creating this list I did not just take some mods with biggest amount of downloads or endorsements, but wanted to make a list with really best mods in each category, mods that will be definitely useful for you guys. And secondly, of course, it is just my personal opinion. Feel free to write your own thoughts about best Skyrim mods in comments. Thanks for watching and for your support. Please write what kind of videos you want to see next and see you next time.